you. Can you tell me a little bit about your project there? Like how long you've owned it and kind of what you've been
I
getting
own
for
it for
feedback?
five. I own it for 5 years now. I built this house 2021, September 2021.
Nice. Okay. It's a beautiful project. Did you guys design that?
Yes, I did.
Oh man, that's so cool. All
Thank you.
right. So did you, and what was the purpose? Like you were just, it was a project to build and sell. Are you developing or what is the,
Um, I'm a real estate agent and I'm also, an investor. I had a house before that. I sold it and I built this one in 2021.
okay. All right. Well, so tell me about it. Like how have the offers been on it? Um, what's the activity been? What are people kind of coming in at on it?
I got people come at 990, but when I first built it, I got somebody that offered me 1 million for it. That was in 2021, 2022. Couple
Oh, no.
months after I built it, somebody offered me 1 million. I wanted to see how much I would be able to get for it after I built it. I built it for 740 plus 100,000 extra on upgrade, make it 840 altogether.
Okay. And did those other buyers, could they just not get qualified, could not get approved or something?
No, I mean I changed my mind. I didn't. But
You,
2 months ago, somebody tried to offer me 990, but I could not take that offer because the house next to me is going for 990. My house is about 6,600 square feet.
oh, I see.
My house is bigger. The house next to me is 48,000 square feet. Sorry, not 48,000, 4,800 square feet. Mine is
Oh,
6,600 square feet. And they wanted 990 for
okay.
theirs. So I could not let mine go for 990. And I
Okay.
have a
So
couple
what did
investors that came to look at it yesterday also. They didn't get back to me yet, but I got 3 people that came yesterday to check it out.
really, what were they thinking about doing with it? You say investors, were they gonna do some high-end rental or,
I'm not sure what they're willing to do. No, one of them was an investor. The other two was they were like more buyer.
oh, just a homestead buyer to live in it?
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. So you do have some activity there. That's good. So what is your ultimate goal, you would say, in a perfect world? You know, is it the number or is there a certain timeline you're working for?
It's the number. It's the number. Actually, right now, I've been borrowed money from that house. I owed about 936, about 949 maybe. That's why I was trying to get at least if I can get 1.5. I mean 150 for it. I can walk away with $60,000. That's fine with me.
Okay, so you're looking at just in a traditional cash sale being able to cash out at
Yes.
60 at that price.
Yes, because
Okay.
I have a first mortgage for 621,000, and I got a HELOC for 322,000.
Okay.
So
And
all together, yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was just going to see what is your rate on that first and second, just to confirm.
The first mortgage is 9.78, I believe. The first mortgage, the HELOC, I believe is 6.7 or 7. I believe it's 6.9 or something on the HELOC.
Okay.
6.9.
All right. And oh, by the way, did you have the closing costs on that calculated before? Is it around 20,000 for all closing costs? Or do you know? We can always look that up. Did I lose you?
Um, I thought,
There.
yeah, the phone breaking up because I was driving. You were
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, I hear you now. Um, I was just saying, did you have the closing cost calculated? Is it around 20,000, or have you, gotten that
For
far?
me, for right now,
Yeah, for the closing cost. If at
yes,
a
yeah, I would say that. I would say close to 20,000.
All right. So, and I appreciate you bringing me up to speed. And like I say, man, that property, it's immaculate. It's beautiful. Um, we
Thank
look
you.
at a few different things. Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, dude, I would live in it. My friends would
Mm-hmm.
too, and we might get them in there. The way we work is, you know, we're thinking about this very seriously, but the way we work is pretty simple. I work with Terrence on different things. My specialty in what I work on mainly is I work with about 200 business owners that are depreciating their income with these real estate assets, usually single family homes, where essentially they'll buy this and they'll use the bonus depreciation and they'll lower the taxes that are due in their business. And some of these
Mm-hmm.
guys, they make a lot. They have different businesses, online businesses. Some of them are just, anything you can imagine. And really, we just try to match the person with the best fit. Some of these guys have other $1 million properties, live in $1 million properties, um, and they'll buy nationwide. Like one of my guys, he's in Huntington Beach in California, out there by the water, and he bought a $1 million property with us in Denver, and we go in different ways on them, but the point is, it's a strategy. It's an investment strategy for taxes, for their overall tax plan. And
Okay.
so we have several guys we can talk to for that, and doing this kind of creative structure. Have you uh, heard about like a subject to sale or some kind of creative sale like that? Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay. So essentially, the way it works is we, on these, their main interest, because they don't show a ton in taxes, right? As most people do, but it doesn't sit favorably with banks, right? They pay less in taxes, but they show less income because they're writing everything off. And
Mm-hmm.
so they don't always go through the banks. It's not, has nothing to do if they're qualified or not. It's just a lot easier process. And, you know, it's just a kind of a strategy they use with us to depreciate their income, because they'll look at their total cash into a deal to
Mm-hmm.
purchase, and essentially it just kind of has to sit favorably with the tax plan, because property like this, you can't write off the land. So right off the bat, they're looking at 700,000. So you take away 30% for the land, so about $700,000 is available to play with on a property like this, that they can uh, write off in their taxes. And they'll, with the accelerated depreciation and different things they can do, you can write off like the first, typically 7 years within the first year. And so it's just a way for them to come into a deal, look at the cash that's coming in, and then for their
Mm-hmm.
business, they're looking at how much they can depreciate with the asset. And then they just operate it as a high-end Airbnb. We're looking at, have you had anybody, is everybody living in these? Is anybody doing any kind of high-end rentals or working with like travel nurses or doctors or anything like that? Or is everybody just living in these that you know of in that area?
Most people, they all live there, and
Right.
it's very quiet. And also, I'm not sure if you know Dominic Wilkins. His house is like three house out before my, a couple of houses before mine house.
Oh,
The
no.
basketball player. Yeah, it's a nice area, very nice. It's more like very quiet. It's about 50 houses in the subdivision. I think the cheapest one was probably like 899 or something. That was the cheapest one. But you got house go up to 2.4, 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
depending on the square footage in the same subdivision.
Okay. Yeah, like
Yes.
it's like you say, with this kind of number, it's kind of like you really do have to buy it for a homestead or buy it to live in it.
Yes.
Um, because you know, it's just like what else can you do? But we're looking at that with some guys. But let me ask you this, okay? So basically, the way this works is we would contract it with you to put money down, and take over the existing notes payments. And we
Okay.
do that with a third party servicer. So you see they're paid like 5 days before the payment is due. And essentially, so you see that that goes through and it's just paid until it's paid off. You don't have to worry about it. These things go all the way until the end of that note. The benefit for you is you get the number that you want and you can just walk away
Okay.
and you don't have to worry about it. You can go on to the next project. You can do what you want to do. Um, One question I have, and so again, so it does involve some paperwork, but we have some consultants that we work with that do
Mhm.
about 40 of these a month. They're the leading guys in the US, and they, they have to file everything for us because there is, we do have to do paperwork the right way. And it can go as short as 30 days or a little longer. But I will tell you, the tricky part for us is the interest rate right off the bat. Usually, these guys are buying these for favorable rates, less than 4%. Okay.
Okay.
So we are obviously higher than that, but I do have some guys that we can talk to about doing this with us. But one question I have for you for the line of credit or your HELOC, has that all been drawn out or is it still taken out, and it's just available to draw from for the 322?
No, no. I use everything. The 222 is the interest. Actually, I borrowed 300 and now I owe 322.
Okay, so it was all taken out and that's the total that is due. And it
Yes.
okay, I got it.
And,
And it
and,
just
and I'm gonna be straight up with you also, because the thing is, I was gonna go to a foreclosure. I did file bankruptcy, and now I was trying to do a short sale while I put it for sale at the same time. So
okay.
I have to let you know everything that's going on. That's if something we can work with, because I know with the short sale, I could have tried to see if I can give the second mortgage company, the HELOC company, maybe a little bit less, pay off the first one, because the first one have more priority than the second one.
Okay.
So my plan was to do a short sale and see if I can get rid of the second mortgage, because they don't have a choice. Whatever they get, they would just have to take it. You
Okay.
know, sometimes I
All
know they
right.
want to fight it because they want more, but the first mortgage company have the first hand.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. So, okay, well, tell me where you're at on it. How
Right
far
now,
in?
we see. I mean, it's still for sale. I'm in the process of the short sale with my first mortgage company. They're still looking at everything to let me know if they're gonna approve it or not. But at the end of the day, they've been saying the house worth way too much for them to do it, but they're still looking at it.
Right.
Like I told them, I still have a second mortgage, but none of them care about the first or the second. Everybody trying to get their money. But
I
like I
see.
said before, everybody altogether is 900 and probably 40, 900 and about 942,000 altogether between both of them. But if I sell
Okay.
it for what I asked for, I would walk away with probably 100 and change, because I put it for sale myself, because I'm only giving 3%
Okay.
of the to the buyer's agent, you know. So
All
whoever
right.
bring me the buyer, so they get 3%. Since I'm a real estate agent, I don't have to pay 6%. You understand? So I just give just the buyer's agent 3% of the, you know, sell price.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you have a total of the arrears that are due? Are there payments haven't been made a couple months?
No, I haven't been making payments on it for almost 11 months. The rare payments between the legal fees and the this and the that is about 102,000 100,000 and 200. So $100,200 altogether.
Okay.
That's what I owe.
Okay.
And
In
for
back
the
payments.
HELOC is 24,000, I believe.
Oh, so 100,000 of which 24,000 is the HELOC, or you have to add the
No,
HELOC.
that's for the HELOC. That's for the HELOC. That's what I
Okay.
owe
So
on the HELOC. 324, but about 300. But I didn't pay for a couple months, so right
oh,
now
I
I
got
think
it.
I owe 24. If I want to stay,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay. So that's very helpful. So you're looking at 100 and the 24 in arrears.
that's correct. And everything would be back to normal.
Okay. So here's what I can tell you is it well, so for this kind of transaction, this kind of subject to transaction, just so you know, we would have to clear that 124K off at close.
Okay.
Because or some combination of things,
Mhm.
you some, us some, but the point is that amount has to be closed out for all the banks to say, oh, okay, you're caught up and you're good. And then we're back on payments. So, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky because we're not looking at a cash sale, which would just kind of wipe everything out with whatever total they give us, right? But for this
Mhm.
creative deal, we would have to pay that 124,000 at close, and then we would be able to continue the payment. So it does change our cash entry, um, because normally I'll just tell you, we're doing like 10 to 50,000,
Mhm.
if there's no arrears or whatever, and or sometimes we do zero down and just help the owner like get the number they want and be out of there and just have that burden off their shoulders and allows us to take over the payments. It actually
Mhm.
builds up their credit because these loans stay in your name and we pay on your behalf through that servicer.
Okay.
So it's an option just to walk away. Tricky part is with that amount, would they be able to negotiate it down to less if you said, hey, we can get this caught up? Do you think they would come off of it and be able to settle, accept less like they were doing in COVID and doing some of those different adjustments?
I'm not sure they're trying to do that because I was trying to do a loan modification.
Yeah.
Loan modification actually, instead of my interest, my payment go lower, it go higher. So my payment was 5,000 and change, and now my payment was gonna be 7,000, almost 8,000.
If you
That's
did them.
yeah for the loan modification.
Oh, and you said, by the way, your current payment's around 5,600.
Oh yeah, that's what I 50. Yeah, about 56.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. Well, listen, man, I think, that's good information. What kind of deadlines are they giving you?
No, so far I don't have no deadline right now.
Really?
I'm supposed to have one of the I think the HELOC something is in the HELOC was on my uncle's name. I had my uncle on the deed, so I could have get the HELOC. But the HELOC was on his name, but the mortgage on my name. You understand?
Okay.
But
Yes,
I can
sir.
remove it, no problem, if I have to. The same way I add them, I can remove them same way. But the thing is, with the HELOC, they sent me some paperwork saying sometime I think July 7, they were thinking about doing some foreclosure. But I know I'm not gonna let that happen because I already make plan to file with my uncle to stop them anyway. To file bankruptcy so I can stop them to buy more time.
Man,
July
listen,
7.
I would tell you, man, I would
Would
do
do
anything
anything.
to keep you out of from filing bankruptcy and being dealing with that for probably 7 years. I've
Yeah,
even heard of guys that went through that
I
and they've
did
done
it
their
already. I
business.
filed bankruptcy in January
Oh,
30. Yeah,
oh man.
it was
Okay.
dismissed. It was dismissed, but I got it removed from two credit bureau already. It's only in
Wow.
one credit bureau. I got a couple of people that work with me. They're very good on removing stuff of credit. They,
Okay. Wow, that is incredible. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I can put you with them if you want. They very good, very, very good.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yes.
Because I mean, but just so you know, like that stuff. Well, I hate that we didn't meet you in time to help with that, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's not a problem. I mean, trust me, it's fine. All I
Okay.
need is to some, if I can get like I said, some cash out of this, and I'm good to go. If I sell it too, it will be better for me also. But either
Right.
way, what you're talking about, if that makes sense for us, I'm with it.
Yeah. Well, and hey, by the way, the best news is that it continues those payments, and that'll rebuild your credit. You know, more than
Yes,
anything, is it just continues on in your name. And yeah, we might take your uncle off of that if at
yes,
closing, just to have it all on you, because like this is held together by promises and paperwork and
yes.
trust. Because
I can
uh
do that. I can
and
do that.
you know,
I mean, my
so
uncle, like I told you, I'm done that add him. I'm done that take him out. I put them, I take them off. Because I'll just add them again because I was planning to file bankruptcy this time on his name. So mine can stay good. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only
okay.
reason why I add him back to it. He was on it when I took the HELOC, then I remove him. He was on my name by myself. And then I just add him like last month. So, if I don't get to sell the house on time, I can just do another, bankruptcy with him.
So let me tell you, here's where we'd be at.
Okay.
um if they What do you think is the percent chance they would negotiate that arrears down if you promised them to continue making payments?
The last time they tried something with me, they wanted to go back 2 months. Say I think I owe 5 months at that time. They tell me they can put two on the rear from the five. They could have put
Okay.
in the back of the loan. But like you said just now, that makes sense. If you find another way, maybe I can talk to them, see how much can they put in the back end. But the last time they said they can only do 2 months.
And does it put you in at new interest rates and raise the interest rate, though, you were
No, no, everything
saying?
would still stay the same. But it's
Oh, well,
just
that's
that the payment would be on the back of the loan, the 2 months. But since it's a lot of money now, it's about 100,000. I don't know if I can talk to them if they can put 50,000 on the back of the loan, and I can pay 50 right now. I mean, I was just guessing. I don't know what you're thinking.
yeah, you're right. So here's where my limits are on this because of the high monthly payment and all that. The way we could do this is it doesn't there's not as much cash available as you might think. I mean, we might at best put 10,000 to 50,000 into something like this just to help people solve these issues,
Mhm.
because we do have people that we look at with these that are at 3%. And our investors and us as well, if we do these deals, we just have them that come in at more favorable rates, so it kind of limits what we put into deals on cash. um, we would probably try to put closer to 30 or 40,000 in on this.
Mhm.
And so that would just give you, I could just give you, I guess, homework to see if you called them and said, hey, I'm working on some things. I may have some cash coming in. Not that you're selling it, right? Because this is, by the way, for the subject to, we don't tell the banks what we're doing.
No,
We just
exactly.
start the payments back up. It's all in your name and it just runs.
Yes.
So if you called them and said, hey, I'm working on some things, I'm working on some deals, I may have some cash coming in. If I got you guys 20,000 of this arrears, how can you work with me? What can you do? And that person won't be able to help you. They'll have to ask their supervisor. They may have to call you back. But if you offer on the 100,000 first, if you offer them 20,000, I would start there just to see, can you, hey, if they mod it and they put that 80 on the back, hey, that's progress. And then for your HELOC, I'm guessing those boys probably won't do anything. Have you tried with them?
No, no. With them, I did not really try with them because since I know they're like the second lien holder, I wasn't really care too much about them because I know the person that really have more the power is the first one. I know the second one can also file bankruptcy. I mean, can also file for a foreclosure on the house also, but they might not get to because the first one gonna stop them
Right,
because the
right.
first one is the one that have the most money. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
right. Well, here's the thing. For them, could you call that HELOC and say, hey, I'm getting all this settled. I may have a way to have some cash come in. Is there any way you guys would just could modify this and put this on the back end and allow me to just continue making payments? Tell them.
Yes, I can do
Because,
that. I can do that. That's for sure. And plus, with them, it's not that much. It's only probably like 23, 24,000, I believe.
oh, that's
It's not that
fine.
crazy. Yeah,
Okay,
with
yeah.
them.
So for them, I would just say, hey, if I continue these payments, what can you do? Like, I can't come up with the 24. Just say, can you add that to my balance and recalculate my payment based on that new number? Like, how can you help me? Like, just, I'm trying to save this, see what they can do. And then see on your first, and just say, hey, listen, can I start even lower? Say, can I get you guys $10,000 if you put the other 90 on the back and
Hmm.
keep my interest the same? So try for 10, just see if you say, if I get 10,000 for the first, and then on your HELOC, just say, hey, if I continue payments, if I can get my payments continued, will you just put that on the back? And that way you're only fixing this for 10,000 in, because if you can fix that for 10,000 in, bro, what we can do is we can get you personally 10 or 20,000. If, and again, and that just allows us to set up this contract where we share it with our guys. We see if we go in with them. We see if we just buy it ourselves or we, assign it to them. However, we get it done on our side. We have options, but we would need that setup to work, because if we closed it right now, we would have to bring $124,000 just to those mortgage companies to say, hey, don't pursue anything further. These are up to date. We're continuing the payments and we're good. And that's just too much for us because of these other deals that we have that come in at 10,000. And some people they just want zero down to walk away because they don't have an option. They can't pay two mortgages and they've moved, whatever. So we have deals coming in like that. But for you, if you call them, if you can get the first to go down to 10,000, say, hey, that's what I got. That's all I can come up with. If I do that here in the next 30, 45 days, can you guys, get that modification for me, put that on the back end, and then for your HELOC, just see if they would put that on the back end. And then if you can get that done, we can talk to you about getting you. Honestly, what I would like to do for you to help you more, because I know you're trying to get more out of it, we could put like 10,000 down with you and create a note for like another 30,000 so that you're getting monthly payments to come in
Yeah,
from this.
that makes
Does
sense.
that make sense? Because in the end, that's kind of where we're limited, is the cash down. So if you talk to them and try for 10,000 from your first, tell them, in the next 30 to 60 days, tell them you're working on something, you may have some cash coming in and that you're trying to save this, this is your project, this is your baby, you're doing everything you can to not let it go, and let them talk to their manager, do what they do, and see if you can get that done for 10,000. If you get that done for 10,000, we can talk about getting you 10,000 and a note for like 30,000. So we're paying you payments, and then we're building your credit with this, and we can explain the contracts and how all that works. It's really pretty simple. It's just a subject-to contract that states we're going to come in and pay these on your behalf, and then we explain the cash down, and if we're creating a note, like I said, we'll get you those in payments, and we would record that with the county as actually a third position note, and you would actually have money coming in from that. You wouldn't have to worry about this anymore, and you would just see that coming in probably from Weststar, our payment third-party payment servicer, where you see that payment is made like 5 days before it's due, and it just goes like that until the end. And As the years go by, your credit will just continue to be built up by that. And that's kind of how we roll with these. How does that sound for you?
I mean, sounds good to me. But
Okay.
with the payment, the reason why I was trying to get rid of the whole thing is because I really didn't want to stay with that payment anymore. It was too much for me.
It's so much. It's a
Yeah,
huge burden. I mean,
that's the whole idea. Me wanted to just sell it, take my money, and go somewhere else, get something. Because it's the interest rate. Because what happened when I built the house, I have a hard money lender. I had about 12% at that time, 12% interest only. So I spent almost 2 years paying that kind of money to a hard money lender. I lost a lot of money from this. You understand? So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I hear you. What do you want to do next, by the way, if you get this cleared out? What are you working on now? Are you just doing deals?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
working on
still
a couple of deals. Actually, that's what I was gonna tell you. I got a friend of mine that have the same situation. His house is going to foreclosure, and his house. I was gonna have talk to him, see if he wanna talk to you guys, see if you guys can help him out also. With his situation.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you can text Terrence about
Mhm.
that and he can kind of set us up
Yeah.
and we can try for sure. Cause yeah, we'll probably have to talk to him directly because it's always there's a lot. And I know it's hard for people, man. I hate that we couldn't help you earlier.
No,
I
no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I
yeah.
got plan A, plan B, plan. Trust me, I got plenty plans. But what
Oh,
you're talking about, that kind of it sounds good. I would rather work with that instead of anything else.
right. Yeah, exactly. Like that's why people do this. Is like if the numbers can come together, it is the best option because it gets those payments going and that
I'm telling
saves your credit and that uh well, it doesn't save it, but it will help rebuild it in a major way because these are huge payments.
you. Yes.
But okay. So yeah, work on that with them. I don't know what you can do, but I will tell you, it always usually works with a request and they're going to have to talk to their manager or supervisor. They may have to get back with you. They may
Yes.
have to, they're probably going to run an assessment. They may have to send you a letter. They have these little processes, but it's in their best interest too, man. They're not in the business of dealing with these major problems, that come back because it all involves them losing money. And like you say, on an expensive project like this, if you're telling them, hey, I've got cash coming in potentially here and we can solve this, they're going to try. And just know they may push back and say whatever, but just say, hey, listen, run your numbers on this. I'm not
Mhm.
kidding about this. Um, I signed up for these payments. I'm trying to get these continued and I have a way. And if I can get 10,000, can you modify this so I can save this and keep this? Just whatever, you know how to talk to them. But
Yeah.
yeah, work on that, man, and we'll try it. Like I say, we did this same thing on another $1 million property. The payments are still going for them. Same situation. They had a first position mortgage. They had a second position HELOC that they used to build another investment property.
Uh huh.
And so they had all the equity out and they were going to have to pay around they weren't a realtor. They were going to have to pay around 90 to $100,000 to close in cash. And so
Okay.
we came in and we said, hey, listen, instead of that, we'll pay you $10,000. We'll come in and we'll take over the payments. And that way, you've essentially used your house as a bank to build this investment property. We come in and that one my buddy operates as an Airbnb and also he goes out there. It's a luxury property like yours. Yours is nicer because that was in Denver and the money doesn't go as far out there. So, I've got some big guys that may go in with us. So, but we'll let you go, man. You work on that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
available.
I can work on it because they
Okay.
tell me I got options,
Oh,
and
really?
even with the HELOC, they were trying to do the modification.
Oh,
Since I'm not that didn't really continue with it, but since we talk about it now, I guess I'm gonna give them a call.
okay. All right. And if you've got two phones, I mean, do they have a line of contact with you?
Yes,
Do
they
they have?
do.
Okay. I just don't want you to call them and they start blowing up your number. Some people call them from a second, like an office number, but do it. Just know, do whatever. I don't want these people harassing you, but um, it's good to call them and try. So yeah, do that and then see where you're at with that. See what they say. Push them hard on that 10,000. The HELOC 0, and then that gets that low enough where we can get you like $10,000, take over your payments, and get you a note for like maybe $30,000. So you actually have payments coming back in. We'll get you away
So
from
the
this.
way you guys gonna do it, I'm gonna keep the same payment, or you guys gonna do it a way where my payment gonna be lower?
For the payments to the mortgage companies or the payment to you?
No, to the mortgage company after we do everything.
So the number one goal is if they do the mods and you get that cleared out for 10,000 or however they do it. What if it changes the payment a little bit, which it may, that's okay. Just say, hey, go easy on me on this payment, but it won't be much, man. It won't be much because what's your term? 25 more years or something on it?
Yes.
So
It's for
it's
30
not
years.
so it's not going to, okay. So maybe what, 26, 27, because you had a couple years as a.
Now I've been with them for only 3 years.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not going to be, it won't change it $100 much, well, for the 100,000, don't worry about that. If it changes the payments, just see what those are. And yeah, that would be covered. If we can close this deal like this, we would cover the loan payments. They'll change a little bit, but that's okay. You have to, and you
Okay.
wouldn't have to worry about that. You're out of these payments, you walk away, and we get you the 10,000, and then we get you payments on your note of 30,000, which won't be a lot, by the way, but it'll get you something. And if some reason, if we sell it, if we're the buyers, or if we buy it with somebody, or however that works, if we sold it or whatever, you would have that $30,000 cash out on the third position as well. Just so you know, I don't know that will happen. And if it doesn't, you would just get payments on that 30,000, and that would be secured with the county with a promissory note, same way as your mortgage, first and second. But it's just a little something to get you something.
Exactly.
But the big thing is the payments, because what is that? 70,000 a year in payments. So it's a burden. I know.
I've been dealing with it for so long. I need a break from that.
Nah, it's a lot, man. But you're stronger from it. I will tell you that you are stronger from it, because you look at these other payments, these other plans and stuff, and you're like 2,000. You're like, man, I've been there and done that double. Like it really it expands you.
That's correct.
Let me ask you. Let me ask one quick question. This other house you're talking about, do you have any details on that, or would Terrence and I have to?
I know they got a little equity on it, but I know it's going to foreclosure. We both in the same situation.
All right.
My close friend.
Oh wow.
But his house is about probably like in the 500s. Or something, 490s, 500s on the first range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Probably something easier you guys can work with, because with the numbers. Because mine, I know, is a lot. It's almost double.
It is, but listen, man, I've got guys that have, millions in taxes that are due from, online businesses and different things they do. And so they're operating at these levels as well. Tricky thing is, last question. So you don't know of any Airbnbs or you have any other guys out there that has insights on how they're, working it as an investor, or are they all literally just home buyers living in these properties out there?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, home buyers.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I've still got some guys to ask, trust me. So, but we'll let you go, man. I guess Terrence, he'll hit you up about that other one, and we'll probably just set up a call with him or whatever. We'll try to help him. Yeah, let me know. Work on that today, tomorrow, whatever, and just, I guess, talk to Terrence and he'll loop me in, whatever, and we'll try to help you, man.
Yes, sir. Sounds great.